There once was a man, well, there still is a man, by the name of Mike Tyson. Some of you may know him.
I think I know him. He's pretty famous, that guy, isn't he?
You know who it is. Anyway, he said this amazing quote, which has stuck with me, and it's one that's going to lead us into today's message, and that is, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. I've been in your waters. Yo, party people, Dawg Sammy G in the house, coming at you live and direct.
Hang on, you can't just say that and then just vanish into something else. What does that even mean?
Well,
Everyone has a plan. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. What does that even mean?
Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. But anyway, thanks very much for being here. And you know what we're all about. We're about helping network marketers just like you smash their mindset, get their mindset on track, get their message on track, and make sure they market themselves on this beautiful space of social media where we're coming to you live and direct. And hey, time and time again, Sammy and I are dropping videos just like this one to help you crush it at the game of what you're playing. And this is 10 to 10. 10 to 10. 10 minutes of your life and our life to just discuss things. And today, my friends, today, we're talking about this one little magic ingredient that trumps everything else when you are trying to go from where you are to where you ultimately want to be. Sammy G, what is it?
It's resilience. It's that word. You hear it all the time, but not many people know what it means. They're like, what does resilience actually mean? Does it mean digging your heels in? Like, we all know we need it. We all have heard the word, but are you actually practicing it in your life?
Well, that's what we're here to discuss. And you know, some people's like, right, well, how do I get more resilience? How do I become more resilient? How do I get through those challenges when I just don't feel like it? That goal, you know, that goal that you set, maybe you thought to yourself, I want big dreams. I want big ambitions. I want to be able to reach the top of the mountain in my opportunity, the company that I'm in, wherever I'm at. However, Monday soon turns into Tuesday. Tuesday turns into Wednesday. And all of a sudden, guess what? Life is waiting for you at the front door to smash you in the face. That's right. Babies are going to be born. The dogs are going to need to be fed. The washing up needs to be done. And guess what? You're prioritizing of where you are in your life. The business sometimes was once a good idea, but somewhere along the line just fell by the wayside on your checklist. Well, Sammy G, I want to know how to get it. What is resilience? What is it? Hang on a minute. Before we get started, I'm going to put us on a timer because once Sammy G gets started...
Oh, come on. Let's be honest here. It's not me, it's you.
10 minutes on the clock.
You struggle to stick to the 10 minutes. It ain't me.
See? I can't even get a word in. See? 3, 2, 1, 10 minutes on the clock. Resilience. Right, Sammy G, what is it?
What is resilience? I would say resilience is grit. It's having that determination, that burning desire deep inside of you that no matter what comes your way, no matter what anyone says, no matter what anything does, you're going to be digging down and you're going to claw your way to where you want to be. It's that feeling of, I'm going to do it.
Oh, that feeling. I know that feeling very well.
It's like an inner feeling that will push you through all of those different barriers, because as we know, life is coming at you whether you like it or not. I think we're all sort of deluded as human beings, and we're like, yeah, we want to have this amazing business or this amazing lifestyle, or we want to have certain things in our life, and we know deep down, we know that to get to where we are, to where we're going to be, is going to take a lot of work. However, for most of us, it's like the first thing that happens in life comes and hits you and you're just sideswiped and knocked out of the game. It's, I suppose, how do those people who still have the same 24 hours, still have the same stuff going on in their life, how do they overcome that and yet keep going and hold that course to get to their goal? That, to me, is resilience.
Well, that is the question. That's what we're all about. But you know what? Things have changed. Like, I'm ready, though. This time I'm really ready. You know, like before I wasn't ready, but now I'm really ready. And so, you know, like I have the vision. I've even created the vision board. I sat down for at least 25 minutes and cut stuff out of a magazine. I'm ready. I've got an aeroplane picture and I've got family and I've got all this vision. I've got all these ideas of like life, like what it's going to look like when it's complete, and the goal, and the what I'm going to look like. But however, the biggest gift of having a vision is holding the vision when the lights go out. Wouldn't you agree, Sammy G? I mean, this is where resilience matters most. Not in the times where it's
That's
like,
right.
ooh,
It's really
I'm gonna get friends together. I'm gonna chop out a vision board, and it's gonna get stuck on the wall with all my other vision board ideas.
Well, it's really easy to come up with the goal. It's a really easy thing. It's actually a nice process. Oh, I'm going to set a goal. Oh, I can imagine myself, living this fancy-free, footloose lifestyle, and I'm here. That part's really nice. But having that vision and then matching it with the work ethic that you're going to have to do or have to achieve that goal, that's the hard part. And I look at it like, because I'm a very visual person, so I have to visualize what things mean. So having your goal, first of all, you have to be aligned to it. It has to be meaningful to you. It cannot be something borrowed from someone else, like, oh, someone wants to pay off their credit card. That sounds like a nice goal, but I'll borrow that one. No, that is not going to work for you. It has to be something that means something to you. So it could be, I don't know, putting your kids in a good school that you always dreamed of. When you get that feeling in here. So that's the first thing. You have to have a goal that's meaningful, that will pull you through all of those times when you actually feel like, I can't be bothered. I'd rather watch The Queen's Gambit. I'd rather watch, what were we watching last night? Interstellar.
Yeah. No,
I'd rather just lie on the couch and watch the movies. You have to have something, first of all, that is going to pull you into action and stimulate you to do something when you don't feel like doing it. So that's your first step.
I've got one for you. Okay, and again, like Sammy said, do not borrow other people's goals. Like, who cares? I get that you read the pamphlet and it told you that, in this business or starting a new business was going to be easy, and you're going to tick off a nice car and a nice house and a nice holiday, and you're going to have travel, and you're going to sit at the front of the plane, not the back of the plane, if there are any planes anymore. But anyway, that's a different story. But things that you're not willing to sacrifice, right? These goals are things that are important to you. I've got one for you. This is when we first started, like Sammy and I were tinkering away at trying to build our own little business. And we're hammering and tonguing. We weren't afraid, rolled those sleeves up. We weren't afraid for hard work. One of the things that I had that was it was a non-negotiable was going to the service station and being able to fill up on premium unleaded without checking the price. I mean, that to me was a worthy goal. That to me was something that was like, when I can go to, because I get it, right? It was, I don't want to put in an E10 anymore. I don't want to put in that, dodgy. My car deserves better, right? My car deserves better. My car deserves premium unleaded. And, it's funny when the chips are down, those simple things. It was like, not buying the no frills version of your canned tomatoes.
Well, that was my goal. My goal was going to the supermarket and being able to pick anything off the shelves that I wanted. If I wanted organic stuff for the kids and I thought that was a good idea, I didn't have to keep going, oh my gosh, how much is that? I'm on a budget. We can't have that. What meal can we make with this? I wanted to be able to walk into Woolies with my trolley and be like, yeah, I'll have that. I'm going to have this, and come out with this great big pile of stuff. That was a meaningful goal to me because I was sick to death of counting the pennies, checking how much is this, how much is that. It was exhausting. It used to even put me off going grocery shopping.
So, hold the vision. Be willing to hold the vision. How long are you going to be able to hold the vision necessary for you to accomplish the goal? 1 year, 1 month, 30 days? It seems like every 90 days you start a new thing. It's like seasonal. Like every 90 days I start something brand new. I start something, this was a good idea, and then I read some information, and that changes and that changes and that changes. And then I get overwhelmed, and all of a sudden that's it. You throw in the towel. Be willing to hold the vision, all right? So don't buy into other people's goals. You set the goals that are meaningful to you. Number 2 is hold the vision long enough for you to be able to accomplish it. Be willing to understand that every time you move towards a goal, you're moving outside of your comfort zone. In which case, guess what comes at the end of your comfort zone? It's uncomfortable, team. It's uncomfortable.
You get pushback.
You are moving into what they call the learning zone. You're learning something. You're going to learn something about you. This is the greatest gift of accomplishing goals and outcomes and whatever else. It's not the goal itself, because by the time you get there, you are a different person. And that, my friends, is the gift. Is that who you become in the process. The thing that, you sort of set a goal in one state, right? Like, and again, like we were talking about, petrol, we're talking about, buying stuff at the grocery store, because it was of lack, because we didn't have it. So then we start growing, we start wanting to accomplish something else, like, let's have better petrol, and let's have better, groceries.
True.
There you go. True. You start off with a simple thing, and then but by the time you get to fill up that petrol, buy that grocery store, you are a different person. And that is where resilience really pays off. It's where you didn't give in. The times where you didn't give in, because like I said, life is coming at you. As soon as we finish this little Facebook Live, it's coming at you, ready to punch you in the face. What are you willing to do about it?
And you have to be like a dog with a bone about your goal. You have to be that person who's like, you hit the wall, and instead of just being sideswiped for like the next year, or just throwing your hands up in the air and blaming everybody else, it's this fault, it's that fault, it's something over there, or something happened in my life, like it's sideswiped you. There's stuff happening all day long, every day in everyone's life. It's how you get back up at it. So you have to have that dog with a bone attitude and be kind of like, I'm going to give it a go. And then you may have a temporary break. Like wipe the sweat off your brow, pick yourself back up, sort yourself back out. But you have to be willing then to get back in and get on with it and get on with that goal. And that is the saddest thing, is a lot of people get to that point. They've got this amazing goal, they want it, they've got all the good reasons, but the slightest thing that comes their way, they are just wiped out for months.
Here's another tip for having resilience. More resilient, like absolute resilience, absolute unstoppable attitude, even at the times of greatest challenge. And that is to burn your boats, to have no plan B. See, this is the reality we live in. Is it's all too comfortable to do nothing. It's all too comfortable just to sit and settle. It's all too comfortable. See, going after a goal is hard work. Like, it's a challenge. You sitting still thinking to yourself, I'm going to climb Mount Everest. That is in a complete opposite to where you ultimately, hang on a minute, I'm going to stop this timer. I'm not a fan. Anyway, we've got 18 seconds left, but we're just going to go like we call a friend. But anyway, be willing to burn your boats, because who you are now is not who you're going to be. You have to grow into the person. You have to grow into it to be able to accept the goal and the outcome. You are a different person. We are different people at the very start to where we then ultimately, reach those outcomes and goals.
And I think you hit the nail on the head saying burn the boats. Like, set yourself up so you really have no option. And maybe we should share our story about us at the beginning of the year.
You've got 18 seconds left.
I'm not looking at the timer anymore because you've used up the whole 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It is really about setting yourself up and recognizing your habits. I think we spoke about that yesterday. Everyone has blind spots because you only know how you are. But you will see patterns and you'll be like, why do I always start something and then round about the 6-month mark, I'm off doing something else? Maybe that's a pattern for you. So maybe it's recognizing those habits and those patterns and that blind spot and sitting down and actually mapping out your life and having those goals that you're not willing to compromise on. So for us, if I use that as an example at the beginning of the year, a lot of you know and are here because of that big decision that we made. We burnt our boats. We set ourselves up to leave something that we'd built for 7 years from scratch.
That was comfortable. That was settling.
Totally comfortable, totally mediocre feeling of, we've done this. We don't really have to do anything else. We can sit and kick back and just get on with our life. Didn't have to move out into that uncomfortable zone. However, we did. We made that huge decision. Even though all the odds are against us, we've got people saying you shouldn't do that, what are you doing? We've got kids. We then had obviously a global pandemic. So you could not pick a time in life that had more stuff coming at you. However, that resilience and that drive to do something and having that end goal in mind. So having that bigger picture. So when anything comes toward you, like someone's opinion, their kids are sick, something's going on, you have that wider vision for your life that sort of just shadows whatever is coming toward you, and burning those boats was the best thing we did because it forces you into action.
No retreat, no surrender. Eyes forward. You know exactly where to go. Anyway, I'm just going to push this. Okay, so 18 seconds ago. So that's that team. Be willing to hold the vision. Be able to to set your own goals. To be able to take your own goals and make them your own, whatever it looks like to you. Make it big, make it bold, make it so it covers your eyeballs, so that you look at it and you go, this is it. I have everything in my control. I am willing to do it. The thing is, hold the vision long enough, right, to be able to then be willing to burn your boats, be all in on it. You're the only one that's going to be 100% in on your goal. No one else is going to be able to do this for you. No one else is going to do it. No one else is showing up to, you have to be the savior of your own rescue. That's where you have to be. That's where it becomes your goal focus, to be eyes forward and to go, you know what? I'm about to leave here. I'm about to set off on a goal, and I will never return to this spot in time. I will never come back. I will always go forward. And along the way, guess what? I'll either win, or I will learn. But I will never, ever come back and say, you know what? I'm going to throw it up in the air. I'm just going to go back, sit on that couch. I'm going to make it as far as I can go. And then when I get there, I will set up camp and start a new goal and start new plans for this journey, because that's the journey. That's the greatest gift of a goal.
And be inspired by your own goals. Be motivated by your own life. Be motivated into action for yourself, for your family, whatever that may be, even if it is just to put whatever petrol you want in your car.
Premium.
Or to walk into the grocery store and be able to buy whatever you want without even having to look at the price tag. But be motivated by yourself. Stop waiting for other people to inspire you or to motivate you to get off your seat or to coach you or push you or massage you into action. You have to be willing to do that yourself. And it first starts with setting your own personal goals that are meaningful to you. And like Brett said, holding that vision so it's so big that no matter what comes toward you in life, you can see past it and it keeps you going until you get there.
Let us know in the chat if you found some value out of this. Just type the word value if this is something for you and something that maybe, hey, you think that someone else might be wanting to hear this message today. Tag them in this. Be willing to share this video around. Dawg and the Sammy G, 10 at 10, coming at you. See you guys, same time, same place tomorrow. I've been in your world.